All right, good morning and welcome in to Southern Ohio Sports Authority's presentation of what's likely to be the last high school game here at the VA this season. It's a Division III regional semifinal between the Fairland Dragons and the Minford Falcons. Fairland 20-5, 12-2 in the OVC. That allowed them to finish first in that conference. A 3-0 win over the 7th-seeded Meigs Marauders, and currently riding a 15-game win streak into this game for Minford. 17-8, 12-4 in the SOC2. That put them at third in the SOC2. Their previous win was 5-3 over the 1-seeded Zane Trace Pioneers. 4 straight district titles for the Falcons, 2018, 2019, 2021, and now 2022. Leading off for the Dragons is the shortstop, number 4, Bryson Hunt. We'll go ahead and look at the rest of the batting lineup for the Dragons. Obviously, Hunt leading things off. Batting second, Blaze Perry, the left fielder. In the 3-hole, the third baseman, Nico Carizzi. Batting cleanup, Cooper Cummings. 5th, Blake Trevathan. 6th and 7th, Alex Rogers and Tyler Sammons. And 8th and 9th, the first baseman, Ethan Wall. And the designated hitter, Connor Sansom. And much like the two semifinal games, the two district final games that we had here, I believe it was last Saturday. We will not be having a camera in center field because, once again, we are expecting a little bit of rain. And we'd rather not risk getting our cameras damaged by any rainfall. So we're going to be having just the camera behind the plate. And as for now, that camera is unmanned, so it's kind of stuck in the spot it's at until we can get somebody up here. But we have it centered up, so you can see a majority of the field, unless the ball, of course, is hit down the line. But for now, we should be good. And, yeah, that's about all I have for my little pregame talk here. 0-2 the count to the batter, Hunt. We'll quickly take a look at how Minford is starting out in the field for today's game. We'll take a look into the outfield first. Carson Cronin in left, Mason Book in center, Kyle Laxton in right. And into the infield, Aiden Queen at third, Adam Crank at short, Noah Martin at second, Branson Alley at first, and behind the plate, J.D. Mattis. And on the mound for the Falcons is Cole Borland. Pretty long first at bat here for Hunt. Has fought away many pitches. A 1-2 count now on the leadoff man. No outs, top of the first inning here of this regional semifinal. Obviously, the winner of this game earns a ticket to the Elite Eight, which I'm not sure where that game is played at. I know it's not here. It's played at Beavers Field. Two and two the count to the batter from the windup. The pitch on the way, a fly ball to the left side. Camped under it is Cronin, and he'll make the grab for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Blaze Perry, with one away.
The left fielder, number 10, Blaze Perry.
First offering to Perry on the way. Fly ball to the right side, down the first base line, and out of play. That starts the at-bat, out at 0-1. The 1 pitch on the way upstairs. That brings us to an even 1-1. 1-1 once again, fouled to the right side and out of play. Count now reads 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. just a bit outside. And the count is back to even at 2-2. Coming up later tonight at 7:05 is the set start time. The Chillicothe Paints hosting the Champion City Kings for their home opener here of the 2022 season. As the 2-2's fouled away, we'll try it again. Game last night in Champion City, I believe, was rained out like early in the top of the second inning. Not sure if there has been a set makeup date they may be making up tonight. I don't think so. As a check swing on the 2-2 pitch. No appeal to first. That brings us to a full count of 3-2. $2 draft beer night here at the VA for the Paints game, and post-game fireworks as well. So should be a fun time. 3-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball to the left side, fielded by Queen. And the throw on to first is in time for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Nico Kritzy with 2 away.
The third baseman, number 17, Nico Kritzy.
First offering to Kritzy is up and in. Brings us to a count of 1-0. Pitch, a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to count now for Nico Kritzy. And the 1-1 is lined into straightaway left field, and it'll be run down by the left fielder Cronin, and that will retire the side. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Still a 0-0 ball game. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. All right, and welcome back in here to VA Memorial Stadium. We're having a bit of technical problems, but I think we got it squared away. We're buffering a little bit. But Matt is, for the Falcons, leads off with an infield single to get a man on. That'll bring up Carson Cronin. And he looked like he was going to square around to bunt, but pulls it back. We'll quickly look at the batting lineup for the Falcons. Obviously leading off, J.D. Matthews batting second, Carson Cronin in the 3-hole, Adam Crank in the cleanup, Aiden Queen, and batting fifth, Mason Book, 6th, Noah Martin, 7th, Jacob Lewis, 15th, Branson Alley, and 9th, the pitcher for tonight for the Falcons, Cole Borland. And in between batters, we'll take a look at how the Dragons are starting off in the infield as a liner to the left side, gets past the third baseman, Carizzi, and should be extra bases for, no, they're going to hold at first and second, so it'll be another single for the Falcons, and we will quickly take a look at how the Dragons are starting out on the defensive side of things. Starting the outfield, Blaze Perry in left, Hunter Likens in center, Blake Trevathan in right, and into the infield, Nico Carizzi at third, Bryson Hunt at short, Alex Rogers at second, Ethan Wall at first, behind the plate, Cooper Cummings, and on the mound for the Dragons, Tyler Salmons. So back-to-back singles to start the game for the Falcons. You know, Carson Cronin was 3 for 3 in the win against the Pioneers last Saturday. So he's off to a 1-1 start today as well. So 4 of his last 4 at-bats, 4 hits for Cronin. 0-1 the count to the 3-hole, Adam Crank. He squares around a bunt, lays it down to the right side, fielded by the pitcher Salmons. He'll tag Crank for the first out of the inning. It'll successfully move the runners to second and third, which will bring up Aiden Queen with 2 men in scoring position and 1 away. And the first pitch to Queen, just a bit outside. That starts the out-bat. The at-bat out at 1-0. Pitch on the way. Skied to straightaway center field. Both runners will tag. Matt is coming home and is able to score safely. Cronin moves to third. And it is a 1-0 lead for the Falcons here in the bottom half of the first inning.
The center fielder, number 27, Mason Book.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Mason Book, who takes the first pitch he sees for a called ball, brings the count to 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch is swung through. That evens it up at 1-1 here with 2 down, runner on third. A 1-0 lead for the Falcons. Here's the 1-1. Once again swung through. 2 straight strikes for Tyler Salmons. One and 2 the count. Here's the pitch. High and outside. Evens it up at 2-2. Two pitch on the way. Once again, just a little bit outside. We're to a full count of 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2. And a called ball 4 that'll send Book to first, puts runners on the corners with 2 away for the designated hitter, Jacob Lewis.
The second baseman, number 24, Noah Martin.
Not for Jacob Lewis, for the second baseman, Noah Martin. Martin, first pitch swinging, unable to connect, 0-1. Runner moves from first. He'll get in safely, and coming home to score is Carson Cronin. Gives the Falcons a 2-0 lead over the Dragons. Book moves to second. Here's the 0-2 offering to Martin. He sends this one straight up in the sky. Looks like it's going to stay in the infield. Camped under it is Rogers, and he'll make the grab for the third out of the inning, but not before Minford is able to garner a 2-0 lead over the Dragons. That'll bring us to the top of the second inning. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. Getting ready to kick things off here in the top of the second inning. And starting things off for the Dragons, the catcher Cooper Cummings, whose first pitch swinging, grounds it to the left side, fielded by Crank. And the throw on to first is caught by Alley for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up the right fielder Blake Trevathan with one away.
Right fielder number 9, Blake Trevathan.
First pitch to Trevathan is upstairs. Brings the count to 1-0. And the 1-0 is sent into right field. Coming in is Laxton, and he'll make the grab for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Alex Rogers.
Second baseman, number 12, Alex Rogers.
First pitch to Rogers is a little bit outside. Makes the count 1-0. Pitch on the way to Rogers. Skied straight up into the infield. Moving under it is Queen. And once again, a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Minford Dragons. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Minford still out in front, 2-0. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. All right, leading off the bottom of the second inning for the Falcons, the designated hitter, Jacob Lewis. His first plate appearance of the night, of the late morning here at VA Memorial Stadium. Sammons goes into his windup, offers the first pitch of the at-bat, and first pitch swinging is Lewis, and camped under the flare to the left side is Bryson Hunt, one away. That'll bring up the first baseman, Branson Alley. On deck for the Falcons, the left fielder, Cole Borland. And it's back to the top of the lineup for the Falcons with the catcher, J.D. Mattis. And Alley will take the first pitch he sees for a called strike. 0-1. Second pitch is fouled straight back off the netting. Caught a bit of the overhang here at the VA. And Alley now down on the count. No balls to 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And it is once again fouled to the right side and out of play. We'll try the 0-2 again. And the 0-2 is lined to the right side, but caught by the first baseman Wall. There's now 2 down for the left fielder, Cole Borland.
The pitcher, number 11, Cole Borland.
You know, it's hits like those that really get in your head as a batter. You know, you hit it as hard as you can to the right side, and it's just right into the glove of the first baseman. You can't ask for much better contact as a batter. And first pitch swinging is Borland to straightaway center field, and it'll be brought in by the center fielder, Hunter Likens. And that'll bring us to the end of the top of the third inning. That'll bring us to the end of the second inning. That'll bring us to the top of the third inning. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
Leading off the third inning for the Dragons, the pitcher, number 15, Tyler Sammons.
The pitcher for the Dragons, Tyler Sammons, going to lead things off for Fairland here in the top of the third inning. No base runners so far for the Dragons. It's been 6 up and 6 down for the pitcher, Cole Borland. Going to look to continue that streak here in the third. He'll step into the windup and deliver the first pitch of the at-bat. And it'll be upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Here's the 1-0, and it's sent into straightaway center field. And a nice grab by the second baseman, Noah Martin. Just got his arm out to make the grab, 1 away. It's another one of those hits that, you know, you make decent contact with it. The placement of the hit just wasn't in favor of the batter. You know, a few more probably inches to the left towards straightaway center field, and it's probably a base hit. That'll bring up the first baseman, Ethan Wall, who was down on the count 0-1 after the first pitch finds the zone for a called strike. Here's the 0-1. High and inside, 1-1. Currently 70 degrees, a bit cloudy here, a little bit of wind headed to right center. 1-1 pitch on the way, fouled back to the left side and out of play. Brings the count to a count of 1-2. 60% chance of rain at 12, 50 at 1, and 50 at 2. But then after that, it's clear skies, which should make for a pretty nice day at the ballpark later tonight as the Paints host the Champion City Kings in their home opener here in 2022. 2-2 the count to the batter, Ethan Wall. And here is the 2-2 pitch, and it's sent to the right center field gap. It'll get past the right fielder, Kyle Laxton, and maybe looking for 3 here as Wall. He'll hold up at second for a one-out double, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Connor Sansom.
Designated hitter, number 28, Connor Sansom.
So the first hit, the first base runner for the Dragons here in the top of the third inning, thanks to an Ethan Wall double. Brings up Connor Sansom with a chance to bring home a Dragon base runner from the stretch. The first offering on the way, fouled to the right side and out of play, 0-1. Here's the 0-1, and is swung through, makes the count 0-2. Pretty early start time today, 11 a.m. I thought, starting the games last week at noon was pretty early for a high school baseball game, but this time on Thursday we're going to start at 11. And got him looking, strike 3 called for Connor Sansom. That puts 2 away. And it is back to the top of the lineup for the for the Dragons, with the shortstop, Bryson Hunt. I know for basketball, I think we may have had an 11 a.m. start time towards the tournament. Although I believe the earliest start time we had was 1. I know it was something. It was either 11 or 1. I can't remember. As Hunt is hit with the first pitch he sees, that puts 2 runners on for the left fielder, Blaze Perry. Perry, a ground out to the third baseman in his last plate appearance. This time, first pitch swinging, skies it to straightaway left field. Carson Cronin moves under it and makes the grab for the third out of the inning. We'll head into the bottom half of the third. Minford still out in front, 2-0. This is Ohio High School Baseball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. Back to the top of the order here for the Falcons in the third inning. J.D. Matt is going to lead things off. Leadoff single for Mattes in his last plate appearance, which came in the first inning. That was followed by a Carson Cronin single, which eventually allowed both of those runners to score. And that represents the 2 runs for the Falcons here today. Takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1 the count. Tyler Salmons still on the mound for the Dragons. The 0-1 pitch on the way. And another called strike for Tyler Salmons. And J.D. Matt is down in the count, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch, low and away, 1-2. One-two pitch once again, low and away. Brings us to an even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. One fouled away. And we will try the 2-2 pitch again. From the windup, Salmons delivers the 2-2. Once again, low and away. Come from an 0-2 count to a full 3-2 count. Here for J.D. Mattes. Here's the payoff. And it's in on the hands for ball 4. A nice at-bat. It ends up being a nice plate appearance for J.D. Mattes. That puts a runner on with nobody gone for the left fielder, Carson Cronin.
The left fielder, number 31, Carson Cronin.
Cronin squaring around to bunt. Mattes on the move. He'll get into second safely. And the throw on to first from Carizzi is in time to retire Cronin, 1 away.
The shortstop, number 5, Adam Crank.
Brings up the 3-hole Adam Crank. Laid down a sack of bunt back in the first inning. This time, first pitch swinging to the left side, caught by the left fielder Perry, and that'll leave Mattes at second with 2 away. We've had a lot of nicely hit balls, good contact from the batters, just hitting it right at the fielders, obviously resulting in outs, but say that ball's hit a little bit to the left or in the gap, it's more than likely extra bases, would bring home a run. As Aiden Queen, first pitch swinging, fouls it back and into the parking lot, 0-1. Queen, a sac fly that I believe brought home Mattes in his last plate appearance. The 0-1 pitch on the way outside, 1-1. And Queen takes the 1-1 for a called ball just a little bit outside. Count now at 2-1. Another outside pitch from Salmons. And a 3-1 count for Aiden Queen. And they're just going to go ahead and intentionally walk Aiden Queen. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Mason Book.
Center fielder, number 27, Mason Book.
Book was walked back in his last plate appearance. Takes the first pitch he sees for a ball, 1-0. Runners on first and second, 2 away here in the bottom of the third inning. And the 1-0 pitch skied behind the plate. The catcher Cummings makes the great grab for the third out of the inning. And that'll send us into the fourth with Minford out in front, 2-0 over the Fairland Dragons. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. A 2-0 lead for the Falcons as we head into the top of the fourth inning. Nico Carizzi, the third baseman for the Dragons, leading things off. And he will swing through the first pitch he sees for a strike. 0-1 on deck. Cooper Cummings, and in the hole, the right fielder Blake Trevathan. 0-1 pitch on the way. And it catches a piece of Carizzi. That'll send him to first base on a hit by pitch and bring up the catcher, Cooper Cummings.
Center fielder number 7, Cooper Cummings.
Still only one hit allowed so far for the pitcher, Cole Borland. Cummings a ground out to short in his last plate appearance, which came in the second inning. He checks his swing, going to be called a strike. Which starts things off at 0-1. Here's the 0-1, and the 0-1 pitch is swung through, gets away from Mattes, however, able to keep it in front of him. That'll keep Carizzi at home. Count now at 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one fouled to the right side and off the netting. We'll try the 0-2 pitch again. O2 pitch in the turf. Matt is able to keep it in front of him. Count now at 1-2. Nico Carizzi on first. And at the plate, the catcher, Cooper Cummings. 1-2 count with nobody gone. Minford out in front, 2-0. And a pickoff attempt to first base, unsuccessful. Carizzi able to get back in time. Here's the 1-2 pitch upstairs. Evens it up at 2-2. The throwback to the pitcher gets away from Borland. It's picked up by Noah Martin. And back to Borland. He'll head back to the mound. Two-two pitch sent into left center field. It'll split the outfielders. Should be extra bases for Cummings. Carizzi gonna hold up at third. The double, like I said, moves Carizzi to third, Cummings to second. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Blake Trevathan, with 2 men in scoring position and nobody gone.
Right fielder number 9, Blake Trevathan.
So a chance here for the Dragons to get on the board. And an off-speed pitch, Trevathan can't find the zone. 1-0 the count. Second pitch swinging. This one skied straight into the infield. The second baseman, Martin, under it. And he will make the grab for the first out of the inning. And that brings up the second baseman, Alex Rogers. Now, if you're Alex Rogers here, you either have to put a ball on the ground somewhere other, well, hopefully other than to the first or third baseman, or send one to the outfield, which would allow Carizzi to tag up. And he'll take the first pitch he sees for a called strike, 0-1. However, if you're Nico Carizzi on third, you got to get a good jump here. You know, there's always the threat of a wild pitch or a passed ball. Here's the 0-1 in the turf, brings us to an even 1-1. On deck, the pitcher, Tyler Salmons. Here's the 1-1. A nice off-speed pitch by Borland. Gets Salmons off balance. And we're now at a count of 1-2. One-two pitch on the way, fouled off. And Rogers just staying alive. We'll try the 1-2 again. I don't know if you can see it from the camera, but you can see that Rogers is choked up on his bat, just trying to make contact. He'll foul this one away to the right side and out of play. Keep things at 1-2. Here with one man out and two runners in scoring position on second and third. Another off-speed pitch. This time Rogers able to hold back. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A ground ball up the middle, fielded by Crank. The throw home is in time to get the runner, Carizzi. A nice play by Adam Crank. And a good job by the catcher, Mattis, to make the grab and make the tag. Play able to save a run for the Falcons. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Tyler Salmons, with two away and runners on the corners. And the pitch gets away from the catcher. Matt is coming home to score is Cummings. And the Dragons are now on the board. And they cut the Falcons' lead in half, now 2-1. Rogers able to move over to second. And here's the 1-0 pitch to Salmons, who sends this one into straightaway center field. Under it is Mason Book, and he will make the catch for the third out of the inning. The Dragons able to get one back, still a 2-1 lead for the Falcons. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
Fourth inning for the Falcons. Second baseman number 24, Noah Martin.
Noah Martin going to lead things off for the Falcons in the bottom half of the fourth inning here in this Division III regional semifinal at VA Memorial Stadium. Dragons able to get one back in the top half of the fourth inning. First pitch swinging is Martin, a little blooper to the left side, and will get over the head of the third baseman, Nico Carizzi. And Martin now has his first hit of the day. And the throw gets away from the Falcons, from the Dragons. I was looking down at my score sheet trying to write down the Martin single. We'll still give him a single and give him second base on air. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Jacob Lewis. A pop out to the shortstop. And his last plate appearance this time with a runner on second, nobody gone. Was squared around the bunt before Salmons looked to second. This time he'll hit a chopper to the right side, fielded by the second baseman Rogers. And the throw on to first is in time for the first out of the inning. That'll move Martin to third. That'll bring up the first baseman, Branson Alley, with one away and a runner on third. A solid chance here for the Falcons to get one back. And a first pitch strike from Salmons starts us out at 0-1. And squaring around to bunt is Alley. And he will take it for a strike. I believe it was on the offer. 0-2 the count to Alley. On deck, the pitcher, Cole Borland. Here's the 0-2. And a liner to the right side, gets over the head of Alex Rogers. And a one-out RBI single for the first baseman, Branson Alley. You know, it's kind of one of those swings. You're just trying to protect. You're just trying to get something down, trying to get that runner home from third. Luckily, Alex Rogers was pretty far up, almost. Actually, I believe he was in what would normally be the grass of the infield. As Borland lays down a bunt, and the throw into first is in time to retire Borland. Alley will move to second. But it's kind of one of those half-ish swings. It was a good contact, good line drive to the right side. However, if Rogers is at normal depth, it's probably a line out. But since he's so far up into the infield, it results in an RBI single for Alley, who is now on second with 2 away. And we are back to the top of the Minford lineup with the catcher, J.D. Mattis, who is 1 for 1 with a walk. And currently in an even count of 1-1. One pitch in the turf brings the count to a count of 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. Just misses the inside corner. 3-1 the count to the catcher. Matt is on deck, the left fielder, Carson Cronin, who is also 1 for 1 with a sac bunt. And the 3-1 is fouled away and out of play to the right side. That brings us to a full count of 3-2. A 3-1 lead for the Falcons here in this regional semifinal. The payoff pitch on the way. And a called ball 4 sends Mattis to first for his second walk of the day. Reached safely in all 3 plate appearances. And that brings up the left fielder, Carson Cronin. And the first pitch to Cronin just catches the outside corner, 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch fouled to the left side, almost fair. Would have been a pretty nice piece of hitting from Carson Cronin. Another one of those, just trying to get a bat on the ball swings, and a blooper to the left side. Would have been a hit if it was just a little bit more to the right. The count now at 0-2 with 2 away, 2 men on. Here's the 0-2. Another excuse me swing to the left side. However, Blaze Perry playing very shallow in left field, able to come in and scoop up the base hit. That does not allow Branson Alley to score. But it does load the bases for the Falcons for the 3-0 Adam Crank. Cronin now 2 for 2 on the day. And we will have a mound visit for the Falcons. We'll step aside for a moment. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. So Samon's going to stay in and on the mound for the Dragons as Adam Crank steps in 0 for 1 on the day with a sac bunt. The first offering to Crank is inside, 1-0. A base hit here from Crank, depending where it's at, definitely brings home 1, maybe 2. As he fouls off the 1-0 pitch to even it up at 1-1. Crank, a big-time contributor, as far as I know, to both the soccer and basketball teams, as well as the baseball team at Minford. Here's the 1-1. This one fouled away as well, and a nice grab by somebody on the coaching staff for the Dragons. One and 2, the count to Adam Crank. The wind has pretty much died down to nothing here at the VA. Bases loaded, 2 away, 1 and 2 the count. And the 1-2 pitch is skied into straightaway right field, more towards right center. And Blake Trevathan will bring it in for the 3rd out of the inning. Minford able to get one back, a 3-1 lead over Fairland. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. Top of the 5th inning action here from VA Memorial Stadium. Leading things off for the Dragons is the first baseman, Ethan Wall. So far had 1 of 2 hits for Fairland so far, a double back in the 3rd. Other hit being a Cooper Cummings double. So Wall 1 for 1 on the day with that double. And currently ahead in the count, 1-0 in the windup. Borland delivers the 1-0. And a ground ball up the middle, gloved by Crank. And the throw on to first is in time to retire Ethan Wall, 1 away. Brings up the designated hitter, Connor Sansom. Oh, sorry. We have a pinch hitter. It is, I don't believe, somebody we have on the lineup here, but he will pop a bunch straight up in the air and back off at the backstop. Oh, it was the guy in center field, Hunter Likens. That's why I couldn't find him. So Likens, who was getting hit for, now steps into the box, down in the count, 0-2. After Likens, it is back to the top of the order for Fairland with the shortstop, Bryson Hunt. Likens takes the 0-2 pitch just a bit outside. Count now at 1-2. And got him looking, strike three called for the second out of the inning. And that brings up the leadoff man, Bryson Hunt.
The shortstop, number 4, Bryson Hunter.
First pitch to Hunt, just a bit outside, 1-0. Two strikeouts on the day for Cole Borland. Both of those coming to whomever was batting in the 9-hole. First time it was Sansom. This time around it was Likens. Two and one, the count to the batter Hunt. On deck, the left fielder Blaze Perry. And the 2-1 pitch just misses the zone. Count now at 3-1. The 3-1 pitch on the way. A liner to the left side. It'll be gloved by the left fielder Cronin for the third out of the inning. Still a 3-1 lead for Minford. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. Bottom of the fifth here at VA Memorial Stadium in this Division III regional semifinal between the Minford Falcons and the Fairland Dragons. The cleanup man, Aiden Queen, leading things off for the Falcons in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Tyler Sammons still on the mound for the Dragons, and the first pitch to Queen is fouled straight back and out of play. 0-1. The 1 pitch on the way, catches the inside corner. Count now at 0-2. The 0-2 pitch fouled straight back off the backstop. We'll try the 0-2 pitch again. Once again, the 0-2 on the way. A ground ball to the right side, fielded by Wall. And Salmon's running over to first to cover the bag. Makes the catch for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Mason Book.
The center fielder, number 27, Mason Book.
First pitch to Book is high and away. Starts the at-bat out at 1-0. Book is without an official at-bat today. No, sorry. He is 0 for 1 with a pop out to the catcher in his last plate appearance, a walk in the first. Swings at the 2-0 pitch, fielded by the shortstop Bryson Hunt, and beats out the throw to first base for an infield single, his first hit of the ball game, and a one-out single for the Falcons. That brings up the second baseman, Noah Martin, with one away.
Second baseman, number 24, Noah
Martin 1 for 2 on the day with a single, had a fly out to the second baseman in his first plate appearance, which came in the first inning. This time with one out and a runner on, he'll step into the batter's box here in the top of the fifth inning. And the first offering to Martin is a called strike. No balls and one strike to Noah Martin. On deck, the designated hitter Jacob Lewis. And in the hole, the first baseman, Branson Alley. And on the move to second is Book, who will do so safely as the ball got away from Cummings. However, most likely would have had the bag stolen regardless of where the ball ended up. So that puts a runner in scoring position for the Falcons. With one gone, 0-2 the count to the batter, Martin. And the 0-2 pitch is fouled around the Minford dugout. And we'll try the 0-2 again. And Martin checks a swing on the 0-2 pitch, was able to hold back. That brings the count to 1-2. And Martin, 1-2 pitch swinging, sends this one down the left field line and into the picnic area. We'll try the 1-2 again. Here's the 1-2, and it just misses the zone, the outside corner. Evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes with one away. Mason Book on second. And a 3-1 lead for the Falcons. Here's the 2-2. And got him swinging strike 3 for the second out of the inning. That brings up the designated hitter, Jacob Lewis, with 2 away. That is the first strikeout of the game for Tyler Salmons. And the first pitch to Lewis misses the zone, 1-0. One-0 pitch is in the turf. That brings us to a count of 2-0. The hitter's count here for Lewis, and he takes the 2-0 for a ball. 3-0 the count. Lewis most likely going to take the pitch here no matter what. And he does. This one called a strike, just barely in the zone to the outside. 3-1 the count for Lewis. And Branson Alley on deck. Here's the 3-1. This time does miss the zone. And going to third is Mason Book. I'm not sure he knew how many outs there were. And I'm not entirely sure what the official call is here. They're granting Book third. However, they're bringing they're bringing Lewis back to home. So, from what I saw, Book definitely thought there was already a man on first and that the walk would automatically send him to third. So I'm guessing it was the only explanation I could come up with is that somehow Tyler Sammons was called for a balk, because that is the only logical explanation for the official ruling here, as they're granting Book third and bringing Book back into the box with a 3-1 count. But I did not hear a balk call from any of the umpires. There may have been. I just did not hear it or see it from up here. So we're going to try the 3-1 pitch again. And a called strike, the count now full. And the payoff pitch, a chopper up the middle, fielded by the second baseman Rogers. And the throw on to first is just in time to nab the batter Lewis for the third out of the inning. That sends us into the top of the sixth inning with Minford out in front 3-1. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. We've entered the top of the sixth inning here in this Division III regional semifinal here at VA Memorial Stadium. Blaze Perry going to lead things off for the Dragons. The full due-up is Perry, Nico Carizzi, and Cooper Cummings. Perry 0 for 2 with a ground out to third and a fly out to left. The first offering him on the way, high and outside, 1-0. Here is the 1-0 pitch. This one skied in the air to right center field. And it is caught by the center fielder, Mason Book, that retires Blaze Perry, one away.
Third baseman, number 17, Nico Carizzi.
It brings up Nico Carizzi. who is 0 for 1, lined out to left back in the first and was hit by a pitch in the fourth. And he is first pitch swinging down the left field line. This one is fair and off the wall. Looking for extra bases is Carizzi. And he will slide into second with a one-out double. His first hit of the day. And that brings up the catcher, Cooper Cummings. And I believe by how the camera is angled, you were most likely unable to see where that ball landed, but it just one-hopped the wall. And if you're familiar with the VA, you know that we have the little, I don't even know what to call it, the little black pad out there for pitchers to warm up throwing weighted balls against. That's around where it hit off the wall, as it was probably only fair by about a foot. So once again, that brings up the catcher, Cooper Cummings, who is ahead in the count here. A hitter's count for Cummings at 2 balls and no strikes. Had a double in his last plate appearance. Ended up coming around to score, representing the Dragons' only run of the ball game. And they're just going to go ahead and intentionally walk Cooper Cummings. So that puts 2 men on with 1 away for the right fielder, Blake Trevathan, who is 0 for 2 on the day with a line out to right and pop out to second. A big at-bat here for Trevathan. On deck, the second baseman, Alex Rogers. And in the hole, the pitcher, Tyler Salmons. And the first pitch to Trevathan is popped into right center field. It will not be caught by the center fielder, Mason Book. This should be extra bases for Trevathan. Carizzi comes home to score. Cummings rounding third. He will do so standing up. And a 1-out, 2 RBI double that ties up this Division III regional semifinal for Blake Trevathan. Originally, I didn't think that would be or have any trouble being caught by the outfielders, as it seemed like it had a ton of air under it. However, the right fielder, Laxton, was, I don't know if he thought it was going to be deeper. He was kind of already running at an angle to where he'd be chasing it to the wall, and Book tried to cut it off. He dove at it, but was unable to make the grab, and it rolled all the way to the wall. Ended up being a double for Trevathan and brings home 2 runners to tie things up here in the top of the 6th inning. Alex Rogers now at the plate for the Dragons. First pitch he sees is a ball, 1-0. So Trevathan now 1 for 3 on the day with a 2 RBI double. Alex Rogers 0 for 2 so far today. Here is the 1-0 inside. The hitter's count at 2-0. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, you see a guy get intentionally walked because, you know, you favor facing the next batter and he ends up making you pay for it, as did Trevathan there with an RBI double. And Rogers sends the 2-0 pitch straight up into the infield, moving under it is Crank, and he will make the grab for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Tyler Salmons. Salmons also hitless, 0 for 2 with a line out to second and fly out to center field. Could not have asked for a better ball game so far. It's starting to rain a little bit here at the VA, henceforth why we don't have our center field camera set up for exactly this reason, as we still have not put a tarp in the, you can call it a camera well, in center field, except it's not really a well, it's more of a camera post. As our camera would most likely be pretty damaged at the moment, which is why we have the camera behind the plate. The 0-1 pitch skied down the right side, and almost a nice grab for the first baseman, Branson Alley. He was tracking it the whole way and just maybe lost sight of it or ran out of gas towards the end. 0-2 the count to the pitcher, Salmons. A little bit of movement in the Minford bullpen. I watched them run down, however, I did not catch a number on who was heading down there. No movement in the Fairland bullpen, so Salmons most likely going to return to the bump for the Dragons. 0-2 pitch on the way, off speed, ground ball to the left side, fielded by Crank. A moving throw to first is in time. No, they're going to say Alley came off the bag. So reaching on air is Salmons. You know, from here, Alley definitely came off the bag. However, when he made the grab, I'm pretty sure he was on first base and came off the bag after he had caught it and made contact with first. So I'm going to hold off on putting that down in the scorebook, as I think there is a pretty decent chance this could get overruled here. Like I said, he definitely came off the bag, but yep, and they're going to call him out. No, they're going to call him safe. This exact same thing happened. If you watched, I don't remember exactly what game it was, but one of the two games last week, we had that exact same thing happen. We're coming out of the huddle. The umpire signaled out and then quickly corrected it back to safe. I can't remember which game it was, but that exact same thing happened. So Salmons reaches on air. And moving to third is Trevathan. I gotta say, I was pretty convinced and pretty sure they were going to overturn that call, but they will not do so, and that puts runners on the corners with 2 away for the first baseman, Ethan Wall. Wall 1 for 2 with a double back in the third. Grounded out to short in his last plate appearance. That came in the 5th. Here's the 0-1. This one can't find the zone, brings us to an even count of 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 is hit to the right side. Tracking it is Laxton. However, he will run out of room as it is out of play. Count now at 1-2. Rain not coming down super hard at the moment. However, it is consistent, and it has been coming down as is for, I'd say, most of this inning. Maybe even a little bit before. And Mattis will call time, head up to the mound, talk things over with Cole Borland. I'm currently working on getting a number of the player in the Minford bullpen. It's a single digit. It is 4. So number 4 would be Levi Coryell, who I believe came in on Saturday. I think it went 3. I don't remember who started, but I know it went 3 for the starter. Coryell threw 3, and then Crank came in and threw either the last full inning or like the last 2/3 of the 7th. So Levi Coryell warming up in the Minford bullpen. Here's the 1-2 pitch, off speed, and just a bit outside. Stealing second is Salmons. I'm not sure there would have been a throw anyway, but Mattis was pretty convinced that was strike three and was headed to the dugout, as was most of the Minford defense. So 2-2 the count for the first baseman, Ethan Wall. Base hit here probably brings home two, as most of the outfield, actually all of the outfielders are fairly deep. Left field is pretty straight up. And a 2-2 ground ball to the left side. And Crank has trouble with it. The throw on to first is off target. And that'll allow Trevathan to come home and score. On the air by Crank. Salmons moves to third. And obviously Wall on first. Sometimes all you got to do, as Salmons and Wall have demonstrated here, you just got to put the ball in play and, you know, let baseball do the rest of the work. So Hunter Likens going to be batting once again. Did not bat the first time around, as Sansom was filling in as a designated hitter. So the last time Likens came up, he went down looking. And this time down on the count, 0-2. A 3-run top of the sixth inning has allowed the Dragons to come from behind and garner a 4-3 lead over the Falcons. And the 0-2 pitch misses the zone. Count now at 1-2. After Likens, it's back to the top of the order for the Dragons, with Bryson Hunt, Blaze Perry, and Nico Carizzi would be the following three. On the move for second is Wall. However, foul ball will prompt Wall to head back to first. You know, if you're Likens here, I'd without a doubt be choking up on the bat and trying to put a ball in play. And got him looking once again. Strike three called for the third out of the inning. Fairland, a 3-run inning, comes from behind, down 3-1 to gain a 4-3 lead over the Falcons heading into the bottom half of the sixth. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. Bottom of the sixth inning action here from the VA, Branson Alley, going to lead things off for Minford, as the Falcons have now fallen behind 4-3 in this regional semifinal matchup. First pitch swinging, ground ball to the left side, fielded by Hunt, and the throw onto first is in time to retire Alley, and that'll bring up the, as of now, opposing pitcher for the Falcons, Cole Borland.
The pitcher, number 11, Cole.
Borland 0 for 1 with a sac bunt in the fourth and a fly out to center field in the second. And he, as was Alley, his first pitch swinging, fouls this one straight back and out of play, 0-1. Squaring around to bunt is Borland, able to pull back in time. Appeal to first. So 1-1 the count for Borland. Pitch is on the way. And a little bit downstairs, 2-1. Squaring around to bunt once again, right back to the pitcher, Salmons. The throw on to first is a little high. However, the first baseman ball able to come back down and make contact with the bag for the second out of the inning. I'll tell you, I was more convinced of the out call by an inning ago when they said Alley came off the base, which they eventually came together and said he did. But that really looked like Wall was off the bag when Borland came across it. But I don't think they're going to be able to overturn this. It's kind of a bang-bang play, and it's going to be hard to overturn that type of call. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and call Borland out for the second out of the inning. That'll bring us back to the top of the Minford lineup with the catcher, J.D. Mattis, who is 1 for 1 with 2 walks, a run scored.
The catcher, number 12, J.D. Mattis.
Into the windup, Salmons delivers the first pitch to Mattis. This one is fouled straight back off the netting, 0-1. A 1 pitch just a bit outside brings us to an even count of 1-1. The due-up for the Dragons next inning is back to the top of the lineup, as here is the 1-1 pitch. This one catches the zone, brings us to a count of 1-2. The due-up for the Dragons next inning is the leadoff man, Bryson Hunt, the left fielder, Blaze Perry, and the third baseman in the 3-hole, Nico Carizzi. Here's the 1-2. And got him swinging, strike 3. Ball gets away from the catcher, Cummings. However, the throw on to first is on target and in time to retire the side. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. Well, as we said before, the due-up for the Dragons is just the top of the lineup with Hunt, Perry, and Carizzi. A 4-3 lead for the Dragons has them, well, currently a one-run lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Cole Borland still on the mound for the Falcons. And Hunt trying to lay one down and fouls it straight back off the netting. Count at 0-1. Rain still coming down here at the VA. Here's the 0-1. This one skied straight up and straight back and into the parking lot. Count now at 0-2. If you're Fairland, you'd really like to get some insurance runs here heading into the bottom half of the 7th inning. As Minford also towards the top of their lineup, as Matt is the leadoff man, was the last out of the bottom of the 6th. So the due-up will be Cronin, Crank, and Aiden Queen. Here is the 0-2. Ground ball to the left side, fielded by Queen. And the throw on to first is in the turf and also not in time. An infield single for Bryson Hunt. And a leadoff single for Bryson Hunt. That brings up the left fielder, Blaze Perry.
Left fielder number 10, Blaze Perry.
And looks like we're going to have a mound visit here. I would expect Levi Coryell to come in, as it looks like he's going to do. So Cole Borland's day on the mound is most likely done. We'll take a break and step aside. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. So as expected, Levi Coryell comes in and takes over on the mound for the Falcons. Coming out of the game is the right fielder Kyle Laxton. Squaring around to bunt is Perry. And this is a fair ball just on the line. And there will be no throw from the catcher, Mattis, as he must have thought it was a foul ball. So we're going to go ahead and give that a single for Perry. But as we were, and that brings up the third baseman, Nico Carizzi. Carson Cronin, so Kyle Laxton comes out of right and out of the game. Carson Cronin moves from left to right, and Cole Borland heads to left. And as we said, Levi Coryell now on the mound for the Falcons. 2 men on, nobody away. For the 3-hole, Nico Carizzi. Cooper Cummings, the cleanup man, on deck for the Dragons. And, I'm surprised by a no-throw from Mattis. I mean, I thought from up here I could see the ball was on the line as this bunt attempt is popped straight up, and nobody will make the catch. It will go foul, which I'm pretty surprised by. Actually, I thought Mattis was going to make the grab, but no catch was made. The ball landed fair, rolled foul, so 0-1 the count to the batter, Carizzi. Here's the 0-1. Another bunt attempt for Carizzi goes foul. 0-2. The count now for the Fairland third baseman. It's getting pretty dark here as the clouds start to roll in over the VA. Rain coming down probably just a little bit harder as it was earlier. 0-2 pitch. Fouled straight back off the netting. We'll try the 0-2 again. Here's the 0-2. This one outside. First ball of the at-bat for Carizzi. Count now at 1-2. And a liner to the left side. Gloved by the third baseman, Queen. Throw to first is not in time. So a nice flashing of the leather by Aiden Queen. However, throw on to first a little bit off target. However, I don't think it would have been in time anyway, so. Man, you giving that a single, or you think that's an error on the third baseman? An error? I mean, it was a tough play regardless. However, the throw, if he misses, man, it is really, really coming down now. So we're going to go ahead and score that as an E5, because whereas the glove play was tough, the throw was more routine. And we're most likely going to have a rain delay here. Yeah, home plate umpire signaling for a rain delay. So we will take a timeout. Want to know the count to the batter Cummings. A 4-3 lead for the Falcons. And nobody gone here in the top of the seventh inning. We'll step aside. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. All right, about an hour and 10-minute rain delay for us here in this Division III regional semifinal between the Minford Falcons and the Fairland Dragons. Welcome back in to VA Memorial Stadium. When we left off, it was a 4-3 ball game in favor of the Dragons. Fairland up to bat here in the top of the 7th inning. Bases loaded, nobody gone. The catcher, Cooper Cummings, is up to bat with 1 ball in the count. Give you a quick game summary. If you're just now tuning in after the rain delay, it was the Falcons who jumped out to an early 2-0 lead, a sac fly for Aiden Queen, and I believe Carson Cronin would score on a wild pitch or fielder's choice, one of the two. I did not mark it down. And then in the top half of the 4th inning, Fairland would get 1 back as Cooper Cummings had a 1-out double. I'm sorry, just a double, and would end up coming around to score on a wild pitch. And then answering back in the bottom of the 4th inning, it would be Minford once again, as Noah Martin had a leadoff single and would later be knocked in by Branson Alley with an RBI single. And that put the score at 3-1, Minford. And then in the top of the 6th inning is pretty much where Fairland would gain their lead, as a 3-run top of the 6th inning included a double from Nico Carizzi, and Cooper Cummings would be intentionally walked to the batter after, and then Blake Trevathan and a 1-out, 2 RBI double that brought home 2 runs to tie the game. And then on a ground ball from Eli Rogers, a ground ball from Ethan Wall, ended up being an error on Adam Crank for Minford, who's at short, allowed Trevathan to come home and score, giving the Dragons a 4-3 lead that they still hold here in the top of the 7th inning. And it looks like we're about underway. Levi Coryell came in relief just a few batters ago, as Borland's day on the mound was done. He moved to left. And without further ado, we are back underway. The 1-0 pitch misses the mark. And a 2-0 hitter's count here for Cooper Cummings, who is 1 for 2 on the day with 2 runs scored. Here's the 2-0. Upstairs, 3-0. Walk here would allow Salmons to come home and score. And the pitch is high for a 4-pitch walk, an RBI walk for Cooper Cummings. No, sorry, that is Bryson Hunt who comes home to score.
Right fielder, number 9, Blake Trevathan.
And that'll bring up Blake Trevathan. Last time he was at bat, a double that brought home 2. This time with a 5-3 lead. The bases loaded, nobody gone. The first pitch from Coryell finds the zone, 0-1. If you're bored later tonight, the home opener for the Chillicothe Paints here at 7:05 p.m. $2 draft beer for Thursdays, and post-game fireworks as well following the game. And that is against the Champion City Kings, who they opened up with last evening. That game got rained out in Champion City. At the top of the 2nd inning, the Paints were ahead 4-0. 0-2 the count to the batter, Trevathan. He fouls the 0-2 away to the right side and out of play. We'll try the 0-2 again. You know, as a player, I always found it kind of difficult to go into a weather delay of any kind and then come back out and restart the game. Something about re-warming up, and, you know, it's almost like you're starting another game, even though we're only going to play 6 outs here, as the 0-2 pitch just a bit outside, 1-2. But it was always a little difficult for me, you know, to get my mindset back, you know, before the rain delay happened. But you don't really have any choice here, especially in a big situation such as this one. Is a fly ball to the right side. Cronin under it. He'll make the grab. Coming home is Perry, and he will do so safely. All runners advance. An RBI sac fly for Blake Trevathan, and a 6-3 lead for the Fairland Dragons.
Second baseman number 12, Alex Rogers.
And with 2 runners in scoring position, Alex Rogers, the second baseman, comes up. Still only 1 out. So another sac fly would bring another runner home here for the Dragons. 0-1 the count to the batter, Rogers. Now 0-2. Coryell comes set from the stretch, the 0-2. A base hit up the middle. And ball almost thrown away to the third baseman, Aiden Queen. An RBI, 1-out single for Alex Rogers. Didn't have a whole lot of juice on it, but it just had enough to get it deep enough into the middle of the infield to bring home Carizzi. And it also allowed Cummings to get to third. Now Tyler Salmon's going to step in, the opposing pitcher for the Fairland Dragons. Salmon's 0-for-3 today. Reached on an error in the 6th, a fly out to center in the 4th, and a line out to second in the 3rd. And as of now, like I said, still on the mound for the Dragons. On deck, Ethan Wall. And then presumably in the hole, Hunter Likens, who the first time the 9-hole came around, he was hit for by Connor Sansom. But the last 2 times the 9-hole has come around, he has hit for himself. Here is the 0-1. This one fouled to the right side and out of play. Pushes the count to 0-2. One-two off-speed pitch, chopper to the left side, and it'll be another infield single for the Dragons. It'll keep Cummings at third. It'll allow Rogers to advance to second. That'll bring up Ethan Wall. Still only 1 out. I'd say defensively here I'd go corners in and infield at double play depth, which looks like what Minford's doing. I'd probably have the middle infielders a little closer to the bag. Here's the 1-0. A little bit away, 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch, high and in. Gives us a 3-0 count to the first baseman wall. On deck is Hunter Likens. And the Dragons presumably a chance here to bat around the order, as after Likens, it's back to the top. And a 4-pitch walk, that'll walk in another run. RBI walk for Wall. And that'll bring up Hunter Likens. First pitch to Likens, little upstairs, 1-0. Likens 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, both looking. Still looking for his first hit of the ball game. And I believe currently he is the only Dragon without a hit besides Connor Sansom, who only had 1 plate appearance, and that was in the 3rd. This time, well, for the 3rd time, Likens steps in, 1-1 the count. Pitch on the way, misses the mark. Count now at 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch, a little upstairs, called a strike. Count now evens up at 2-2. 2-2 pitch on the way outside. And that fills it up at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Likens to the second baseman Martin. 4-6-3, not in time to first base. So they get the force at second. However, Alex Rogers comes home to score.
Shortstop number 4, Bryson Hunt.
So we are now back to the top of the lineup for the Dragons, with Bryson Hunt, a single all the way back to lead off this inning. Now comes up again with men on the corners and 2 away. And first pitch swinging sends this one into shallow left field. That'll bring home Salmons, allow Likens to move to second, and give the Dragons a 10-3 lead over Minford. That'll bring up Blaze Perry, the left fielder for today's game. A single this inning in his last plate appearance. Eventually came around to score. The first pitch he sees is upstairs, 1-0. 1-0 pitch on the way. Perry skies this one straight up in the infield. Crank able to get under it and make the grab for the third and final out of the inning. A 6-run inning for Fairland allows them to extend their 4-3 lead to 10-3. We'll head into the bottom of the seventh. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. Bottom of the seventh inning here at the VA. 10-3 lead for the Dragons. 3 outs away from a trip to Beavers Field in the Elite Eight, where I'm not sure who they will face. I'm sure that has not been decided yet, as most districts and regions have been a little bit behind of this one. Salmon's still on the mound for the Dragons, looking to get the complete game win. And leading off for Minford in his 4th plate appearance of the day is the left fielder, started off in left field, has since moved to right, Carson Cronin. He's currently in a 1-1 count. Due up Cronin, Crank, and Aiden Queen. And the 1-1 pitch fouled straight back makes it a 1-2 count. Here's the 1-2. Off speed, just misses the zone. That evens it up at 2-2. Payoff pitch on the way. Ground ball to the left side, fielded by Hunt. And the throw on to first is in time for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the 3-hole playing shortstop, Adam Crank.
The shortstop, number 5, Adam Crank.
First pitch to Crank, finds the zone, 0-1. Crank is 0 for 3 today. It's his first plate appearance since the 4th inning, where he flew out to right field. Been 1 4-up, 3-down inning, and then another 3-up, 3-down inning in the 6th. Crank sends this one into straightaway center field. Likens under it, and he makes the grab for the second out of the inning. Dragons now 1 out away from a trip to the Elite Eight and the regional final. Aiden Queen steps in 0 for 2 with an RBI. I'm sorry, 0 for 1 with an RBI, that being a sac fly, was intentionally walked in the third. Representing what could be the final out for the Falcons. Takes the first pitch off speed for a strike. 0-1. The second pitch, a called strike as well, 0-2. Falcons down to their final strike here today. From the windup, the 0-2. Liner to the left side, fielded by Hunt. Throw on to first is in time for the third out of the inning. And the Fairland Dragons are moving on to the regional final. Their 15-game win streak turns into a 16-game win streak. They move to 21-5 on the season and are headed to Beavers Field. They will enter the round of 8. As the tournament continues, we'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll have all the stats from today's game. This is Ohio High School Baseball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. All right, so the final from VA Memorial Stadium once again, 10-3 in favor of the Fairland Dragons. We'll go over the stats for Minford first. Pitching-wise, Cole Borland, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 of those earned, 3 strikeouts. And then for Levi Coriel, only 1 inning pitched, 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 of those earned, and 0 strikeouts for him. Batting-wise, J.D. Mattis went 1 for 2 with no RBIs, had 1 run scored. Carson Cronin went 2 for 3 with a run. Aiden Queen was 0 for 2 with an RBI. Mason Book was 1 for 2. Noah Martin was 1 for 3 with a run scored, and Branson Alley was 1 for 3 with an RBI. And that's all we have for the Falcons. As for Fairland, we'll start with Tyler Sammons. Hold on one moment. Yes, Tyler Sammons, who went complete game, 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of those earned, only 2 strikeouts, but you get the win and you throw 7 innings. Batting-wise, Bryson Hunt went 2 for 4 with an RBI and run scored. Blaze Perry went 1 for 5 with a run scored. Nico Carizzi went 1 for 3 with a run scored. Nico Cummings 1 for 2 with 3 runs scored and an RBI. Blake Trevathan was 1 for 3 with a run scored and 3 RBIs. Had the big 2 RBI double in the 6th inning. Alex Rogers 1 for 4 with an RBI and run. Tyler Sammons 1 for 4 with a run. Ethan Wall was 1 for 3. And Hunter Likens went 0 for 3, but had a run and an RBI walk. And that is all we have. So that's most likely going to be the last stream of the high school baseball season for us here at Southern Ohio Sports Authority. Say thank you to our sponsors, Willie & Son Trucking and Glockner Chevrolet, as well as OhioHealth. So once again, the final here from VA Memorial Stadium, Fairland 10, Minford 3. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.